For centuries, the most captivating and mysterious question has haunted humanity from ancient times to this very day. Are we really alone in this infinite, vast cosmos? Imagine with me for a moment. We look up at the night sky and see billions upon billions of stars. And around each star there could be an entire planetary system. The universe contains approximately 200 billion galaxies. Each galaxy contains billions of stars. This means there are astronomical numbers of potential planets all around us. Now the question becomes even more urgent. How could we possibly be the only ones? What captures the attention of millions worldwide is that there are countless clues from ancient advanced civilizations that speak with one voice about visitors coming from the sky. Visitors who arrived with advanced knowledge, extraordinary power, and taught human civilization itself. In this video, we will explore together one of the greatest mysteries that has baffled scientists and researchers alike. Were these ancient stories and myths merely the product of human imagination, or are they documentation of actual events? What is the ancient astronaut theory? Before we dive deeper, let's understand exactly what this theory proposes. The ancient astronaut theory, also known as paleocontact or ancient contact, suggests something remarkable: that intelligent civilizations from other planets visited Earth thousands of years ago. Not just once, but across different epochs of human history. According to this theory, these visits were not random or brief encounters. Rather, these advanced alien beings directly interacted with humans. They taught them advanced techniques and influenced the development of human civilizations themselves. Some researchers go even further. They assert that these beings may have intervened in human genetic engineering and may have even created certain human lineages. The early researchers and their work. In the 1960s and 1970s, two prominent names emerged in this field. First, Erich von Däniken. This Swiss author published a revolutionary book titled Chariots of the Gods. This book opened the eyes of millions to a startling possibility. What if the ancient gods were actually extraterrestrial beings? While von Däniken wasn't scientific in the traditional academic sense, his book presented strange and mysterious evidence from different civilizations around the world, from Egypt to Peru to Asia. And then there was Zecharia Sitchin. Sitchin was a specialist in ancient languages, particularly Sumerian cuneiform. He studied thousands of clay tablets and reached a startling conclusion. The ancient Sumerians were writing about an extraterrestrial race they called the Anunnaki. According to Sitchin's translation of Sumerian texts, the Anunnaki came from a planet called Nibiru. This planet orbited our solar system every 3,600 years. These beings, according to Sumerian records, came to Earth. They created humans as workers to mine for gold and taught human civilization itself. Ancient Egypt and the Pyramid Mystery. The greatest mystery. How did the Egyptians build the pyramids? When you stand before the Great Pyramid of Giza, you feel something strange. This colossal structure weighs approximately 5.75 million tons. It was built more than 4,500 years ago with astonishing engineering precision. The base is completely level, literally accurate to a degree that cannot be achieved even with today's tools except using advanced laser equipment. Now ask yourself this question. How did the pharaohs accomplish this without cranes, without effective wheels, and without advanced iron? What do mainstream scientists say? Traditional scholars claim the Egyptians used sand ramps, long inclines made of sand and stone. They used collective labor with tens of thousands of workers, and they used pulleys and ropes, simple but supposedly effective tools. But here's the problem. Engineering calculations tell a different story. If they used a simple incline at a 10-degree angle, the ramp length would extend for several kilometers. This structure would be larger than the pyramid itself. In 2024, a team of French and Egyptian researchers published a groundbreaking study in the journal PLOS One. They revealed something extraordinary. Inside the Pyramid of Djoser, they discovered evidence of an incredibly advanced hydraulic system. Xavier Landreau, a French hydraulic specialist, explained the discovery. He said, "Beneath the surface of the pyramid and surrounding it, we found a complex network of pipes and water channels. These channels descended up to 45 meters underground. This system functioned as an advanced hydraulic lifting mechanism. The team used advanced computer software Unreal Engine from Ubisoft to reconstruct the system in 3 dimensions. And they discovered that the Egyptians built massive water reservoirs, filled them with water from the Nile, used water pressure differentials to lift stones weighing 650 pounds vertically, and had a system of valves and pipes allowing precise control. This means the Egyptians possessed incredibly advanced hydraulic technology 4,500 years ago. This was previously unknown. The strange Egyptian texts, the Tully Papyrus. But there's something even more peculiar. There's an ancient Egyptian document called the Tully Papyrus that dates to the reign of Pharaoh Thutmose III, around 1480 BC. The papyrus describes a very strange incident. Listen to this. In the 22nd year of the 3rd month of winter, at the 6th hour of the day, the scribes of the House of Life found in the sky a circle of fire. It had no head and its mouth emitted a foul smell. Its length was 1 rod, approximately 150 feet, and its width was 1 rod. It made no sound. The soldiers' hearts became bewildered by its appearance, and they threw themselves on their bellies. They went to the king. Now, the power of this fire is very strange. The king's army observed it with the king in their midst. It was after dinner. After that, it headed toward the sky and southward. Fish and birds fell from the sky. It was a wonder that had never occurred since this land was founded. Now ask yourself, was this a description of a UFO? Consider the striking facts. It describes a foul smell, which is known from modern UFO reports. It describes strange, rapid movements and mentions objects falling from the sky. And the text says the king sent incense to calm the heart of Ammonius Ra, indicating this was a terrifying event. Egyptian gods and celestial vehicles. Don't forget that Egyptian texts are filled with references to winged discs, sky chariots, and flying gods. There are carvings at the Temple of Abydos that some believe depict helicopters and spacecraft, though mainstream archaeologists deny this, saying these are merely overlapping carvings from different periods. There's also the story of the god Horus and the winged disc. Listen. Then Horus, the winged sweeper, flew toward the horizon in the winged disc of Ra. And because of this he has been called since that day a great god, Lord of names. Then Horus, the winged sweeper, appeared again in the great winged disc that shines with many colors. Could this describe the ascent and descent of a spacecraft? Some certainly believe so. High in the Andes Mountains, in the heart of the great Inca civilization, there exists a prominent god named Viracocha. According to Inca mythology, Viracocha was the supreme creator god. But his description is remarkably strange. He is described as a white-skinned man, thin-built, tall, with a long beard. This is uncommon among Andean peoples. He had blue eyes, unknown in native populations. He wore long white garments and carried a staff or rod that he used to communicate and control. The Inca creation story. According to Inca tradition, Viracocha descended from the sky and created the sun god Inti. Then he created the first man and woman, Manco Capac and Mama Aclo. Viracocha gave them a golden disc called Coricancha in the Quechua language and told them to establish a civilization where this disc sank into the earth. This golden disc is described as made of a strange transparent material, possessing extraordinary three-dimensional powers, used for communication with the Creator, and coming from the sky. What does this sound like? According to ancient astronaut theorists, highly advanced technology. The Iyer brothers and the Heavenly Gateway. There's another story in Inca mythology, the story of the Iyer brothers. It's said that Viracocha sent 3 brothers from the sky to establish Inca civilization. They emerged from 3 windows in a mountain. And these 3 windows are believed by many to represent the Puerta del Hayu Marca, the Gate of the Gods, a strange stone formation carved into a mountain near Lake Titicaca. Another story tells that the priest king Aramu Muru used a golden disc to open a gateway in the air and disappeared into it. Was it a time portal? Was it an extraterrestrial transport device? The miracles of Emperor Pachacuti. Inca history tells that Emperor Pachacuti, who founded the Inca Empire, had direct communication with Viracocha. When the Chanca tribe attacked Inca lands, Pachacuti cried out to Viracocha for help. And a miracle occurred. Suddenly armies of glowing stone soldiers appeared. They were called Pururacas. These warriors flew or hovered in the air and destroyed all of the Inca's enemies. After the battle, the stone soldiers turned back into ordinary rocks. Were these robots? Were these drones? The Nazca lines and Viracocha's legacy. Many ancient astronaut theorists believe that the famous Nazca lines in Peru, those enormous drawings visible only from the sky, were requested or supervised by Viracocha himself. Some of the lines depict strange geometric structures, creatures with wings, and unknown animals. Why would a people draw enormous lines on the ground that can only be seen from the sky? Unless the beings who came from the sky in the first place could see them from there. Now let's turn to ancient Mesopotamia, where the first written civilization on Earth was born, Sumer. The Sumerians left us 500,000 clay tablets written in cuneiform. Most haven't been translated yet, but thousands that have been translated tell a very strange story. According to Zechariah Sitchin and cuneiform translators, the Sumerians speak of the Anunnaki, literally meaning those who descended from the sky. They were giants in stature, approximately 8 to 10 feet tall, technologically advanced. They came searching for gold, worked with early humans, and genetically enhanced the human species. There's a famous Sumerian tablet called the Enuma Elish, which describes a war between the gods. Another text tells of Inanna, Queen of Heaven, who traveled in a celestial ship. The Mayan civilization and their mysterious advancement. There's something very strange about Mayan civilization. At the height of their flourishing, around 900 AD, they suddenly disappeared. No one knows exactly why. But before they vanished, they left behind an extraordinary scientific legacy. An incredibly precise calendar system, more accurate than the Gregorian calendar we used for centuries. Advanced astronomical knowledge. They knew the cycles of planets and stars. Advanced mathematics with invention of the 0 centuries before Europe. Complex architectural structures, geometrically engineered buildings that still stand today. Mayan mythology speaks of Quetzalcoatl, the god of wisdom who descended from the sky and taught humans agriculture and technology. Carvings and artifacts around the world. From Japan to Peru, from Egypt to Central Asia, there's a strange pattern. Drawings of beings wearing space-like helmets, carvings depicting flying vehicles, depictions of star people among Hopi and Zuni Native American tribes. All these drawings look remarkably similar, despite the fact that these peoples had no contact with each other. Physicist and astronomer Carl Sagan was one of the greatest advocates for searching for intelligent life beyond Earth. He said, "In a universe of this size and age, other intelligent life is not a possibility but a strong likelihood." Sagan, along with Frank Drake, founded the SETI program in 1960, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. They used massive radio telescopes to listen for any signals coming from space. The Drake equation and astronomical numbers. The Drake equation is a mathematical attempt to estimate the number of intelligent civilizations. It takes into account the number of stars with planets, the percentage of planets that could harbor life, the percentage developing intelligent life, and the duration civilizations remain advanced. Even using very conservative numbers, the result is tens of millions of intelligent civilizations. Michio Kaku and Type 2 and Type 3 civilizations. Theoretical physicist Michio Kaku presented a classification of civilizations based on their energy consumption. Type 1 civilization. Complete control of their planet's energy, ability to control weather, earthquakes, and volcanoes, thousands of years more advanced than humanity. Type 2 civilization. Control of their entire star's energy, building Dyson spheres around their star, capable of traveling between star systems. Type 3 civilization. Control of an entire galaxy's energy, ability to manipulate black holes, practically an invincible civilization that nothing can destroy. Kaku says, humanity is currently about type 0.73. We get our energy from fossil fuels, dead plants. We haven't even reached type 1 yet. The question isn't whether there are advanced civilizations. The question is when will we meet them? Kaku believes some of these civilizations should have already visited us. Michio Kaku, why haven't we heard from them? But if there are such advanced civilizations, why haven't we heard from them? Kaku gives us several hypotheses. First hypothesis, passive listening. Maybe they don't want us to know about them. They might be watching us like nature documentarians watch animals. Second hypothesis, time delay. They sent their signals millions of years ago and now we've missed our chance. Third hypothesis, technological incompatibility. Our equipment is far too primitive to receive their signals, like expecting a mouse to receive a television broadcast. Roswell, 1947. Now let's move to the 20th century. On July 8, 1947, something happened that changed everything. A farmer named Mac Brazil in the area of Roswell, New Mexico, found something very strange on his property. Strange metals, complex tubing, unexplainable devices. He reported it to military authorities. Initially, Roswell Command issued a press statement saying they had found a flying disc, but within hours, the situation completely reversed. The government said it was just a weather balloon. The problem? Millions around the world didn't believe this explanation. Since then, testimonies emerged from military personnel who witnessed the scene, military doctors who saw strange bodies and alleged extraterrestrial remains, and government officials who said the truth was very different. Now here's the part that changed everything. In 2015, the U.S. Department of Defense officially released videos recorded from cameras on Navy F/A-18 Super Hornet fighter jets. The videos show an unidentified flying object moving at incredible speeds, with instant directional changes without gradual curves or excessive g-forces, speeds exceeding the sound barrier without visible shock waves. The pilot, Captain David Fravor, and his colleague Captain Alex Dietrich, gave documented testimonies. Fravor said, "This object was moving in ways that physics cannot explain with our current understanding. I tried to chase it and picked up signals on my gunsight tracking system, but it moved away at speeds that seemed to know about my maneuvers." The Pentagon's official 2024 report. In 2024, the U.S. Department of Defense released an official report on unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAP. The numbers are staggering. 757 UAP reports from May 2023 to June 2024. Breakdown: 118 cases were identified as balloons, birds, and drones. 174 cases are being closed as the office believes they know what they are. 465 cases remain unexplained. Most importantly, 21 cases the office described as worthy of additional analysis based on reported anomalous characteristics. 3 cases involved pilots being tracked or enclosed by UAPs. Most reports came from military pilots, civilian pilots, and Federal Aviation Administration personnel. Now comes a man who changed everything, Luis Elizondo. Elizondo is a former military intelligence official who managed the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program for the Pentagon. In 2017, he resigned from his position and went to the New York Times and said something stunning. He said, "There are technologically advanced beings monitoring our sensitive military installations. We know this. The government knows this. And now it's time to tell the world." In November 2024, Elizondo gave direct testimony before the United States Congress. He said, "Let me be clear. UAPs are real. Advanced technologies we didn't create and no other government created are monitoring sensitive military facilities worldwide. Moreover, the United States possesses UAP technology, just as some adversarial nations do. I believe we are in the middle of a secret arms race that has continued for decades." Elizondo also stated, "There is a culture of suppression and intimidation within our government. Many of us who spoke about this have been threatened in our jobs and even our lives. The same congressional hearing, Colonel Jess Ramirez, a retired Air Force officer, testified about an undisclosed military incident. He said, "I have personally witnessed a UAP move in ways that no aircraft made by humans can move. The speeds and maneuvers cannot be achieved by even our best military aircraft. I honestly believe this is something from beyond this planet." The Arizona 2024 incident. In January 2023, an F-16 Viper fighter jet experienced a direct collision with an unidentified object during military training near Gila Bend, Arizona. The object that struck the aircraft was orange-white in color, relatively small but with enormous impact force, extremely high speed, and damaged significant parts of the jet. Fortunately, the pilot suffered no serious injuries, but the aircraft was severely damaged. Since then, 8 additional collision incidents have occurred within Arizona's training airspace. What does the traditional academic scientific community say? Now let's be honest. The traditional academic scientific community does not widely accept the ancient astronaut theory. Main objections. First objection is lack of tangible evidence. There's no known 100% certain object of extraterrestrial origin in our possession, at least not publicly. Second objection is archaeological remains. Archaeological evidence proves that ancient humans were smart and ingenious. Third objection is lack of documentation. Why didn't extraterrestrial civilizations leave behind metal tools or obvious technology? Fourth objection is religious and cultural interpretation. Perhaps ancient gods were symbolic representations, not actual beings. How ancient astronaut proponents respond. But ancient astronaut theorists have counter-arguments. First response. Evidence in drawings. Similar drawing styles across isolated cultures are difficult to explain otherwise. Second response. Sudden technological leaps. How did civilizations jump so rapidly from the Stone Age to building complex pyramids? Third response. Modern military testimonies. Millions of people, including credible military personnel, have witnessed unexplainable phenomena. Fourth response. Truth within fiction. A myth may contain a kernel of truth distorted by time. NASA created an office for the study of anomalous phenomena in 2022. Universities study the phenomena with academic rigor. Governments acknowledge UAPs as a real issue worthy of research. Recent progress in understanding the pyramids. The 2024 discovery of hydraulic systems shows that Egyptians were not limited in knowledge. They were highly advanced engineers. Ancient civilization was more complex than we thought. This opens the door to reconsidering how humans acquired this knowledge. Changing government stance. The U.S. government changed its position from complete denial to acknowledging the mystery, creating official investigation offices, public congressional testimonies, and releasing military videos. This suggests something real is happening. Conclusion and final reflections. We're at a turning point. We may be on the verge of a historic discovery that could change everything we know about our existence, our development, and our place in the universe. The evidence is multifaceted. Ancient myths from isolated civilizations, remarkable engineering achievements, credible military testimonies, modern scientific research, and changing government positions. All these threads point to one possibility. We have never been alone. The important question. The question now is not, did they visit us? But, when will they officially acknowledge the truth? A call for critical thinking. I'm not telling you to believe everything. I'm telling you to search for facts, listen to testimonies, think with an open mind, ask the hard questions, and don't accept easy answers. Humanity deserves the truth. Dear viewer, at this moment in history, we stand on the verge of a discovery that could redefine who we are and our civilization. The secrets carried by the heavens for thousands of years may soon be revealed. And the real question is not, did they visit us? But, are we ready for the truth? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel and tell us your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe in the ancient astronaut theory? Or are you a skeptic? The truth, in the end, will emerge. And when it does, it will change everything. See you in the next video.